If you are reading this, then I have sadly started my mental life. I am writing this to tell you, hide, run, and never look back. At first, I had always had a mad moment every once in a while. But as I grew up, my life started to get crazier and crazier. Welcome to Cradled Form School, is one thing the male teacher said as we all entered the school. We hope you have a wonderful time, which was followed by a sinister laugh. Me being the only one of my old school friends to be able to join the school. But after I had joined a group there, my ideas of the school got better and better. But one day, this all changed on the 17th of May, 2006. The school was closed due to an odd appearance at a window at the front building. The teachers appeared on the news, said, "There is nothing to worry about." After that, the television blacked out. Everything in the house did. I looked outside to see not only my house, but the whole street covered in darkness until I saw something that haunts me to this very day. Ghosts roaming the streets. As my parents knew I have a mental problem, so they never believed me. None of my friends did either, until that fateful day in 2008 when this happened again. But this time, it was midnight, and everyone was asleep, except me, of course, as the day was the same day as that creepy figure appeared in the school building back in '06. Waking at the chime of my clock on my bedside table, I heard screams, loud and mental screams, except when I looked in my parents' bedroom, they were fast asleep. So my thoughts were, what is happening? As I pondered that question, the ghost appeared again, and I ran back to the window to look outside to find corpses that were found in the school in 1988. 98, the year of my birth, after a figure was seen in the school. I thought, has he returned? This he was what I called this thing under my bed when I was around 5 years old, which at the time seemed so real, but yet my parents believed me up until the age of 10. So when I was 7, I went back onto our computer to search what it was. There was nothing but pages saying, hide, run, and never look back. And after that, he disappeared. I clicked on one of the pages, and there was a picture that scared me and stopped me from sleeping for months. A man with glowing eyes and claws for hands, which I thought related to the appearance at my school in 1998. I stopped the researching and cleared the internet history so my parents didn't find out what I found. Waking one night when I was 15, I found my cheeks had been cut and my stomach with what looked like a name on it. I looked in a mirror and found that it said, "I am the rake." My parents walked in and called the hospital. When I got to the hospital, the doctor said, "It's completely natural for a boy this age to cut himself. It's one of his young adult stages." After that, my parents felt not as scared about it, but I knew it was something other than some stage, I thought. This must be him. I went on the internet again and searched what I searched for when I was 7, and I researched more. My parents saw me and asked, "What are you looking at?" So I told them that this is what I searched when I was 7, and they told me off. "You're not getting to me." I shouted at them that I saw corpses on the street in 2008, on that same day that the creepy figure appeared at school, and they told me, "You have a mental problem, Jacob. We wish you would have not searched it." So I asked them what they meant. When your father was a child, he saw it, and it had glowing eyes and claws for hands. So I told them this. This creature is called the Rake, and it probably has been watching us. and this is worrying me as the cut on my stomach was him. Please believe me. Then suddenly, a scream rang out from outside. My mother, father, and I ran to the window and saw them, the ghosts with the corpses. Oh no. Jacob, get down now, said my mother with my father panting as if he'd been winded. But I'm not hiding. This creature's been hiding under my bed since I was 5, and I was right. And I looked back outside and saw my younger school friends being disemboweled. My heart stopped for a second. Those are my friends. I have to help them, I screamed. You can't help him, Jacob. You just can't. My father said to me, and my mother hugged me to keep back and to comfort me. But I got out, and then, you cannot help them, said a deep and rumbling voice. As I ran towards my friends, I saw the creature, and I grabbed my friends and ran. Blood started to drip from my nose and eyes, but that was not the blood from my friends. It was my blood. After I ran back to my house, my mother was being helpful and grabbed my friends and fixed their cuts. Only they had survived, and they told me that a creature had taken them awake, but they had stopped breathing until they started floating in a short coma. The rest of this story I cannot remember, but my mother and father know that they were murdered. But I remember my mother and father were murdered, and so were my friends. So my life is lost, and I cannot have any friends, but the nights are so frightening, and the 17th of May is always the night I stay awake and try to survive.